And we are live. It is another edition of Country Moose Quarantunes here on the 93.9 The Country Moose Facebook page, our YouTube channel as well. Jesse with you here, and joining me now, I got the guys from Lockeland. How you guys doing tonight?
Good, Jesse. How you doing, man?
Hey, fantastic. Great to have you guys on. I know we were chatting before we jumped on here. We've rescheduled this a couple times. Finally made it work tonight in both of our schedules to get you guys on an edition of Country Moose Quarantunes, where basically this is a free for all. We interview, we shoot the breeze, we play some tunes, we have some fun for about a half hour. So really great to have you guys on.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, let's first off, before we get into some music, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about the band and how you guys got started?
Sure. Yeah, you want me to do it?
Do you want to do the introduction or no?
Yeah, let's do the introduction. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Do we need to?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm Michael.
I'm Kendon.
And I'm Mark.
And we're Lockeland.
As you can see from behind.
I like it.
We've done that a few times.
Yeah.
I like doing that. I think it's kind of fun. It's a nice little introduction to us. So.
But a little background. The three of us, we've known each other for roughly 8-9 years. We've all been in Nashville for 10 plus years. Mm-hmm. And around 3 years ago, we were working on a solo project for me. And it was actually These Hands is a song that we've released. You can get that on Spotify. But we were working on that, and they were singing the harmonies on it. And we were like, man, that sounds really good. And without skipping a beat, we're like, we should just do a trio thing. And literally all of us were like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And we just hit the ground running.
There was like no thought going into it.
We were just like, let's do it.
We were just like, you want to be a trio? Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we went with that, and I think it's been great for all of us because three's better than one in the case of and so it's been awesome.
Well, you guys got a great sound, and I mean, the harmonies together and everything else, and the music. And obviously, you guys have known each other for a long time, so that must have made it easier to just kind of fit together.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was an easy decision to make.
Yeah.
Well, you guys mentioned you've been in Nashville for quite a long time writing songs. Talk about the band's sound. I know we're going to hear you guys play here in a minute, but maybe talk about kind of some of the influences behind the sound. Obviously, with three guys, you guys probably all have varying influences that kind of go into the band.
Oh yeah. We're all three of us come from different musical backgrounds when it comes to our influences. I mean, for myself, it's grew up listening to Garth. Who's a huge reason why I'm even doing music was Garth Brooks, and then but I grew up listening to the Beatles, all the harmonies and stuff. I listened to the Beatles a lot, and a lot of other pop punk bands from the 2000s. But Garth was my main guy getting into any type of music. That's why I play guitar. That's why I even want to do this. So
yeah. I mean, for me, Garth, big influence, but 90s country in general. I mean, that's what we always tell people is that we're modern country with a 90s twist. But yeah, I mean, Alabama, you got Little Texas, Shenandoah, all those harmonies, Diamond Rio, Rascal Flatts, all those guys were huge influences for me. So,
yeah, they named a bunch of them.
But they named them.
But yeah, the Eagles.
Oh yeah, Eagles.
Eagles are great. A little big town for like more modern. But yeah, I grew up with a huge mixed bag of a plethora of things in addition to country. So it's pretty neat to come together with the three of us and blend the three unique influences because and we're just trying to be ourselves too. I mean, that's the thing. Whenever we write a song, whenever we produce it, we're just trying to be ourselves. We're not trying to fit into anything. We're just trying to do what's true to us, and hope that people.
Not saying it'd be a bad thing to be like Luke Combs or somebody that.
No, you know what I mean? No, of course not. Not at all. But it's nice to be able to work on this and like Michael said, be ourselves and have people embrace what we're putting out there in the world is wonderful. So I mean, we're going to keep on riding that wave, as they say, to as long as people have us and listen to our music, we're going to keep on putting it out.
Awesome. Well, guys, without further ado, if you want to play something, I want you to hit us with a song.
All right, sure. Do you want to do Nashville?
Let's do Nashville.
Cool.
The song we're gonna play a song about our lovely city that we all live in right now.
It's a newer song of ours.
Yeah, it's
we kind of just started playing it out.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Falling out the bar at 2 a.m. Ears still ringing from the whiskey jam. I swear that I'm sober, but I'm looking for a shoulder to keep the world upright. Where you from? Where you been? Buy another shot for my new best friend. Winners and losers can all shine bright through the smoke of the red door light. 'Cause it's your land, my land, know it like the back of my hand. Grew up strong in a small town, started chasing dreams, couldn't slow down. So I'm singing, six stringing, telling you the stories I believe in. 'Cause a dreamer's gonna dream when no one else will. Yeah, that's Nashville. He said, hey man, we should ride sometime. How about at 10 a.m. on the 29th? I got a bright idea about a diamond sky in the 615. 'Cause it's your land, my land, know it like the back of my hand. Grew up strong in a small town, started chasing dreams, couldn't slow down. So I'm singing, six stringing, telling you the stories I believe in. 'Cause a dreamer's gonna dream when no one else will. Yeah, that's Nashville. Whether you're slinging drinks, breaking strings, and doing what you can to make ends meet, never forget as crazy as it seems. Yeah, it's your land, my land, know it like the back of my hand. Grew up strong in a small town, started chasing dreams, couldn't slow down. So I'm singing, six stringing, telling you the stories I believe in. 'Cause a dreamer's gonna dream when no one else will. Come on and raise a drink and keep that glass filled. Yeah, that's Nashville.
Awesome, guys. Digging it. Lockeland, our guest here on Country Moose Quarantunes. And great new song there. So is that one, are you guys thinking about some new singles coming up? Is that one that might be coming out soon?
It might be.
We're working on it.
Yeah. we've been testing that song out in our shows, kind of, and seeing where people, for the live shows that we got to play, we had a good response from that song. So that may be one of those things. And even the live streams, we've had a lot of comments for that song. So we're gonna maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
Most
Right on.
likely, yes.
Follow us to see.
There we go. Well, I know you guys have sent a couple singles to country radio. The current one, Made for Mornings. I'm sure we'll hear that coming up in a little bit, and we'll talk about that. But just talk about the last few singles you guys have sent to radio and the response and the experience that you guys have had from that.
Yeah. Well, our first one was Till the Cows Come Home, and the response for that was incredible. We didn't really know what to expect. Being brand new, we were like, okay, it's our first song we're going to send to radio. Let's see how it does. Kind of like just testing the waters a little bit. And on that secondary country radio, the Music Row chart, it got to 42. And it's interesting because to us, being brand new, especially to radio, we didn't really know what 42 kind of meant at the time.
We still don't.
That's really, really great. We're like, this is super cool.
Is that good?
But as we come to have released more songs and we kind of understand the whole radio process and stuff, getting to 42 is a huge accomplishment. We're super humbled by the response,
especially for the debut single.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was probably like our biggest surprise that we've had so far.
And then we had Keep Us Young. Keep Us Young was on Billboard.
Yeah, they premiered that one.
Yeah, they premiered it.
We also released Drive.
Yeah, released Drive, These Hands, and and then this one. Yeah, and then this one.
And what's so cool about all these songs, though, is that they're all still Lockeland, but I think each one of them has a very different type of
Sure.
And I think that's what's really interesting about being independent is that we can go and do that. We can be in the studio and kind of release what we want and how we want it, and that's a blessing in a way. It's also You know, we're independent, but but it is still a very cool thing to be able to do.
Well, and the fun thing too, I've noticed with you guys' music as well. You guys have had some great streaming success, and like you said, you know, it sounds like you guys, but at the same time, you can experiment a little bit more, and that's, you know, with an independent artist. Obviously, a lot of fans maybe don't realize that with some of the bigger artists on bigger labels, they, you know, sometimes they got to work more in step with the label, whereas you guys are basically like, you guys can write a song tonight, record it, and say, hey, we're going to put it out next week. That's the beauty of it.
We do have that luxury if we wanted to do that.
It's interesting. It's cool. It's interesting we bring this up because it's something we haven't really talked about a lot before, but these beginning years for us technically are actually very special years in terms of for us musically, because at this point in time we have total creative control.
It's all us. Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's a special time.
We are going to enjoy it.
We're going to enjoy it while we have it.
While we have it, we're going to enjoy it.
It's definitely been a learning curve for us too. I mean, we've definitely trial and error, and I think we're kind of getting into our own here now. So
I think we're doing okay. I think we're doing all right. Just cool.
Well, Lockeland, our guest here on Country Moose Quarantunes, Jesse with you tonight, and you know, talk about that creativity and everything else. You guys got another song you want to play for us?
Sure do. Absolutely.
Drive or
drive.
Yeah, let's just drive.
That's cool, man.
This was our sophomore single that we released last August to Country Radio.
Right on.
Cool.
It's a crowd pleaser. We have fun with it.
We debuted it technically while we were in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Awesome.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
65 baby blue Ford has got me trucking down this cotton-filled road. Fast or slow, honey, I don't care, as long as I'm anywhere with you. 'Cause all I wanna do is drive. Hit the brakes, baby, jump in. No time to stop. We can ride this ride until the tough falls off. So come on, let's get lost. Yeah, hey. Lost in the way that you got me feeling, taking me places I've never been. You give me love, a brand new meaning, like a tattoo on my skin. So hold on tight and scoot on over, girl. You can never get close enough. Pushing past the limit, chasing this thing called love. Drive. Who needs the songs on the radio when I can hear the beating of your heart? Mile markers let us know how far we've come and how far we're gonna go. Whoa. Lost in the way that got me feeling, taking you places I've never been. You give me love, a brand new meaning, like a tattoo on my skin. So hold on tight and scoot on over, girl. You can never get close enough. Just pushing past the limit, chasing this thing called love. And drive. You got me feeling, taking me places I've never been. You're giving love a brand new meaning, like a tattoo on my skin. So hold on tight and scoot on over, girl. You can never get close enough. Just pushing past the limit, chasing this thing called love. I'm in if you're in it. I wanna feel the rush. Drive. drive. And drive, drive, drive.
Awesome stuff. Lockeland, our guest tonight here on Country Moose Quarantunes. Guys, I got to ask, I'm curious, how did you guys come up with the name Lockeland?
Lockeland, we were looking through a newspaper, and I'm just making that up.
I haven't heard that one before. I was like, ooh, I haven't heard this one before.
I was going to make it up
story.
completely. I couldn't keep a straight face.
I was totally going to buy it, too. Like,
We were too.
it's going to happen.
I never heard that story. We were in a text. We were in a text thread between the three of us for a couple of
a while,
a month,
at least a month,
at least a month
for sure, of just random names that we would come up with, or what anything we can come up with, and
90% of them were
terrible,
little inappropriate.
Yeah,
most of them they were Mark.
They were me.
Yeah,
I was the. I had that's me. That's who I am.
Yeah.
But we eventually settled on Lockeland, and it's me and Michael are from New York, Kinda's from Kansas, and we lock the land in between in Nashville, and there's Lockeland.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a much better one than just saying you're reading the newspaper, I think.
Yeah. Totally.
I was just more curious. I was like, oh, here we go.
I was just gonna be. We're reading the newspaper, and then I saw there was a lock, and then I don't know what I was gonna say. Honestly, I was gonna completely.
I'm glad you stopped that. You just read the newspaper and then said, "Nah, that's not."
Now, out of your text chat, what was the weirdest name that somebody put out there? We better keep it, appropriate. But what was the weirdest one?
What's interesting about this question is that we've had this question before, where we've had that question of saying like, "Well, what are the other names? What were the other names?" And we've never gone back.
We need to go back.
We need to go back and look and actually get the actual name.
Like for me, there was one I actually liked. It was The Rise, but it was like RYES, and I thought that was kind of a cool name. And these guys were like, "No, that's terrible."
That was my second.
And
that was my number two. I thought.
But yeah, Mark definitely had some interesting ones.
You know what? If we can get back in touch with you, Jesse, and we'll find out some of these names for you,
It may not be appropriate for live TV.
We might need to do that over beers.
We'll just let you read the text thread at that point.
Well, Lockeland, our guest tonight here on Country Moose Quarantunes, and these guys have been having some success. A couple singles now down at Country Radio. Made for Mornings, the current one. Why don't we talk about that? Why don't you guys give us the background on the song and whatnot, and how that one came about?
Yeah, I mean, we found the title downstairs in Starbucks, where Kindon lives. There's a Starbucks in the building, and there was an advertisement for a breakfast sandwich, and it said on the top, "Made for Mornings." And I thought, man, that's got to be a song. I turned to him and said, that's a song. We got to try and write that. So we wrote it down. Our buddy Ren Anderson, who also wrote "Till the Cows Come Home" with us,
and Nashville,
and that song Nashville you guys heard. We like to write with Ren a lot. He came in. We sat down for the session, and we tried to figure out how do we get Made for Mornings into. How do we make this into a relatable type of thing? Mm-hmm. And we came up with the idea of a guy who's he's a party animal, and then he meets the love of his life, or whoever that may be, and just changes his whole entire life, turns it all the way around. So that he used to be a party animal, now he's a guy who gets up in the morning and enjoys it and loves it. So that's what Made for Mornings is all about. It's pretty cool flip on a love song.
Awesome. Well, you guys want to play it for us?
Absolutely,
Let's do it.
All right, here's Lockeland with their new single, "Made for Mornings."
Yeah, let's get this here.
Well, while Mark is giving a tune-up, in case y'all are loving what you're hearing, hopefully, you can give us a follow. Oh, look, we did it at the same time.
We're getting good at that, too.
Yeah. Definitely give us a follow, guys, on Facebook, Instagram. We're very active on our social media. Add us to your Spotify playlist if you are so inclined to do so.
Yeah.
We have merch for sale.
Merch.
Absolutely, yeah.
Merch online.
Yeah. This is a hat.
LocklandBand.com.
LocklandBand.com. Right there.
All right, cool.
This is our current single,
Made for Mornings.
1, 2.
How you always smiling when you wake me up? This early rising's never been my cup, but now you give me reasons to be pinched out of my sleep, and this is too good to be dreaming away. I used to be a late night party type, sipping on the high life, getting at 5 a.m., sleeping till it's night again, and you showed up without warning, yeah, you got me thinking I was made for more days. Been getting messages from all my friends, where you been? If I don't respond, they know the answer is I'm smelling roses on my pillow, found my sunrise Amarillo. Your eyes come alive with you. I used to be a late night party type, sipping on the high life, getting at 5 a.m., sleeping till it's night again, and you showed up without warning, yeah, you got me thinking I was made for more days. Gonna trade my dreaming for a dream come true. Dream come true. Never really lived, but now I live for you. I used to be a late night,
Sipping on the
high
getting at 5 a.m., sleeping till it's night again.
You
Showed up without warning. Yeah, you
got me thinking I used to be a late night party type, sipping on the high life, getting at 5 a.m., sleeping till it's night again. You showed up without warning, yeah, you got me thinking I was made for waking up, coffee cup, baby, I can't get enough of kissing you, sun shining through, getting tangled up with you showed up without warning, yeah, you got me thinking I was made for more days.
There it is, Lockeland, their new single, Made for Mornings. Great stuff, guys. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
And I know you guys mentioned website and socials and all that stuff there before that, which is it's great. You can find them locklandband.com and find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, and everywhere music's streamed and sold as well. Guys, what's kind of coming up for you as you go through the rest of this year? Obviously, 2020 has been just a weird time for everybody. Weird and just
I would say our main goal for this year, obviously, nobody was planning on any of this stuff happening because we had a full tour schedule booked. We were actually supposed to go back to the United Kingdom and tour there again. And we had a bunch of other shows, but they all got canceled, which, we understand. It's people got to do what they got to do. So our goal for this year has just been to kind of stay present and stay alive. And I think we've been working really hard at doing that with our social media and with releasing this song to radio. In the future, for the rest of this year, we've been writing up a storm. We've been writing up a lot of music. So right now, I think we're prepping. We're prepping. We're prepping again for next year, and we've got a lot of other cool things in the works.
We've had live shows. We played Listening Room a couple times. We actually have a show in Kansas.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is great. We love getting out in front of everybody. Just trying to be respectful of everybody. With everything going on too. But yeah, we're just excited. Just plugging away.
Yeah.
Now the shows coming up. I mean, are they kind of? I know we've heard about the drive-in type shows and stuff like that. So, what are some of these shows looking like coming up, like the one in Kansas and whatnot?
Yeah, it's outdoor venue. They'll have social distancing. Same thing with even the indoor stuff, like the listening room here in town. Like it's 50% capacity, and they have all the social distancing. So that's just kind of how they have to do it.
Tables are spaced out.
The live venues are not as full as they used to be, of course, but that's just what it's got to be right now. You know? We'll play to anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll always be willing to play if they'll have us.
Yeah.
Right on. Talk about, and you guys mentioned doing a lot of writing too. Let's talk about that a little bit and your writing style. And obviously, it's different for everybody. Some people, they get a melody and they run with that, or they get a hook and they run with that, or who knows, or maybe the co-writer brings something. So talk about the writing, for you guys. Do you mainly just write together? Do you bring in other co-writers? How's that all look from song to song?
All of the above.
That's usually the answer that I get. So
I mean, sometimes we'll book writes with other people. We'll write with them. Sometimes we just choose to write together and work on stuff. Same thing with a melody. Like usually Mark will bring a melody. Michael will kind of have a production or melody in his head as well. I feel like I'm more of a lyric guy. I mean, sometimes we won't have a hook at all. We wrote today, and the girl we were writing with, she just said something, and I was like, that sounds like a hook, and we just ran with it, you know. So
it depends. It just depends on the day. It depends on what we're feeling at the time. I mean, just like I said with Made for Mornings, it was an advertisement. That was the hook. It came with that, and sometimes we don't even have a hook. Sometimes it just pops out of thin air.
Till the cows come home. I was driving home to Kansas, and I saw some cows, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that saying, till the cows come home. So it just depends.
Right on, guys. Well, hey, I think we got time for one more song. If you guys want to play one for us.
Sure. Do cows?
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll just do cows since we just
since you were talking about it.
You might as well do it.
All right, here's Lockeland, Until the Cows Come Home.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Little birdie told me that you've been feeling it too.
Awesome. Lockeland, our guest tonight here on Country Moose Quarantunes. Guys, it sounds great. We appreciate it so much. Before we run out of time, plug those socials again, that website for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Lockelandband.com.
Lockelandband.com.
I'm pointing over here. I'm thinking that that's opposite. Okay, so here we are. I'll just point with this hand. We got Lockeland Band. Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. Go check it all out. We have TikTok. We got merchandise on our website. You can go check that out too. Anything else? YouTube, all those good spots.
YouTube, absolutely. Yeah.
We're very active, so please
very
say
active,
hello.
and a lot of things are coming up. You know, we got a lot of stuff coming in the works. So give us a follow, and you know.
Well, guys, I appreciate the time. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight on Country Moose Quarantunes. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jesse. Thanks for having us. We appreciate you. Thank you.